Good morning, guys. Thought I'd better give you a little shop update, which is probably as much a life update as anything else. Just I haven't gotten a video out for you for the last 3 weeks, and it's just been exceptionally busy around here, and there's a lot of changes happening. So I thought I'd at least give you a little insight as to what's going on, so maybe you think I haven't abandoned everything. First one is probably the airplane, and those of you that follow me know I'm working on a Zenith 701. And that's what this channel originally started out as, was kind of a build video, I guess, to show my progress on that and the way I was doing some of the things, and to also act as a build log for when I licensed this plane. So it's still there. We're still puttering with it, but I haven't had a whole lot of time to work on it yet this year, and I don't know how much I'm going to be able to dedicate to it this year. And that comes to some of the other changes. That project has not been abandoned by any means, and we're going to make some changes around here to hopefully facilitate getting that done and on out here in the next year or so. The big thing going on, I guess, that everything's revolving around is we're going to do a shop remodel. My dirty little shop here was actually set up about 25 years ago probably, and it was my primary business location for my little shop. I've run this shop for a whole lot of years in that capacity, and now as things are changing and evolving, why we've acquired enough equipment and junk over the years that it's time to do something else, to where we've got a decent workable workspace again. The way it is right now, it's very inefficient. You should be able to walk over to a cabinet or a wall and grab the tool you need and go on with the day, and I can't always do that in this shop. So we're going to do major renovation of it. We're going to call it a remodel, and I don't know how much of that I'm actually going to show until we get to the point where we're building new storage solutions and that type of thing for it. But anyway, I'll keep you updated on that, and you'll see progress as time goes on. We're going to free up some space, so hopefully we can finish up the airplane project. We'll have a little more space dedicated to that. As a part of that, why I've added quite a bit of hand tools and things, and I started off with a lot of cordless stuff, and we've already added a few for that, and I've got plans for some more. As that stuff comes in, I'll probably initially show you what we've got. I'm not calling it an unboxing because I'm going to open it up and play with it, and then I'll show you what we've got. Then I want to run it for a little bit, and then I'll actually give you my opinion of what I think of it, because there's some stuff good, some stuff bad. For cordless tools, I started bringing in Milwaukee stuff, and so far I'm relatively happy with it. I've got some drill drivers and stuff that I'm playing with, and actually one of the projects I was working on yesterday and I'll finish up today is a storage cabinet for that, and that's kind of aimed towards organization for the shop after it's remodeled. We're going to do French cleat systems for a lot of things, I think. So and I'll explain that more later as time goes on. Videos. I've still got several videos that have been shot, need to be edited and put out there for you, and those will slowly come out to you as I have time to get those edited. I've got a lot of stuff done on the little Atlas lathe, on the production lathe there. Got a couple more series on tooling. Adjustable tool holders is one of them, and threading tools, threading and tapping tools. And you'll see those as time goes on. As we've gone along, I've got those pretty well shot. There's a couple of things that I've either lost footage of or lost audio of, had bad audio. I think I get to where I know what I'm doing a little bit, and then things go to hell. So I'll have to go back and readdress a couple of those little video clips that I've got that I think are important and I want to include, but they're not something that I think I want to release the way they are. So we'll have to do some of those, whether we reshoot part of that, whether we do some voiceover on it. I don't know exactly what the plan is, but those will come out to you. And you're probably going to see videos of a lot of that tooling already being used before you see the build series of it, because things are still happening around the shop. I'm still producing stuff. A lot of the things that I've produced for years through the shop, such as recoil systems for the trap shooters. I build a recoil system that goes into the buttstock of a trap gun, not a shotgun, and reduces recoil. I built those for years. In excess of 20 years, we've had one design going that's still a very popular design, and I still do a lot of those. Those have always been basically a custom installation. So I'll build a couple of sets of the brackets and mounts for those, and the system itself, and I'll have a couple of them done, but then the installation is completely custom and everything. I'm taking projects like that and I'm converting them over to the CNC, both the mill and the lathe. So I've done quite a few upgrades on tooling for the mill, especially right now is what I've been working on, and all of those components, which there's 10 or 15 in that particular recoil system, that's all being converted over to CNC. I'm getting that drawn up in CAD and CAM as I have time, and then I'm producing those parts in batches. So I should have those in stock and on the shelf when I have an installation to do while I get a stock in, and we can cut those and get them installed. So that's one of the things I've been working on. Same way with things like the flanging dies for the 701. Those are showing out of stock on the website right now. I've been working on those the last week, and hopefully within the next few days I'll have those, several sets of those done, and I'll get that loaded back onto the website as in stock, because I know it's kind of build season now, and I've had several guys ask me about those. So those should be back in stock soon. But those are the kind of things that are taking up time for me that I'm not, just haven't been able to keep up with everything. One of the upcoming projects is, you've seen my little Quorn tool and cutter grinder, and I'll link that up here someplace. As with all of this stuff, I'll give you links for them. My little Quorn tool and cutter grinder, there's still some things I'm going to do with it. I've been running it quite a bit, and I've been drawing those. I've been redoing a set of drawings for those. I'm going to build another one of those and scale it up approximately 33%. Those drawings are probably 75% done now. Once I get the drawings done, why, I'll start building patterns and start doing the castings for those, but I don't know exactly how soon I'm going to get to that. But that's an upcoming project that'll be coming out. And the other thing is, life's just changing around here. Our last son here at the house is going off to college here this fall. He's been in college the last 3 or 4 years. Within half an hour, 45 minutes of where we are, he's been commuting, and as well along, he's got 2 more years to go, and he's going over to the coast to finish that out. Is the way it looks right now. We planned for that. We knew this was going to happen. And one of our concerns was being able to see him on a regular basis. It's about 3.5 hours away, and it hasn't been a major concern because we've always been able to. The plan was at least 3 seasons out of the 4 we were going to be able to jump on the motorcycle and go whenever the inclination struck us, or if we needed to go and see him for some reason. That's all changed now because we've got a new dog. And I'll throw a picture of this little monster here up in the video here. But this was originally supposed to be our son's dog, of course, but we all knew that since he was going off to college, this was going to be Dad's dog. And he's 11 months old now, a little husky pup, and he takes a tremendous amount of my time. I've never had a dog that has been this tough. He's smart as can be, and he's stubborn as can be, and that combination, really, he and I butt heads occasionally. But anyway, he's quite the joy. But that's also changed the way we look at how we're going to be able to go over and visit our son, because the motorcycle thing no longer works for us. And this guy's pretty much my constant companion. He's with me all day, every day, usually. If I go any place, he's usually going with me. I'll occasionally sneak out and be able to jump on the motorcycles and go, but it's pretty rare, So we're having to rethink that, and there's a couple solutions that I think are going to present themselves. We'll see what happens and how that develops, and we'll share that with you as time goes on. Anyway, that's kind of the little update. Like I say, I haven't got anything out for the last 3 weeks, and unless you've just watched my stupid little video on cutting open golf balls, I was sitting with some friends of ours the other day, and they'd already had maybe one too many beer, and got to reminiscing about how they cut apart a golf ball. Well, in our younger years, I think we probably all cut apart golf balls, but it hadn't been done for a whole lot of years, and they used to be wrapped with basically a rubber band, and it was just wrapped and around some sort of a core. So I was cleaning up here a little bit this morning, and here, lo and behold, are a couple of golf balls. So I thought, well, this is a good opportunity to see what's inside. So I just put out a foolish little video that's 5 minutes or something. So if you're interested in seeing what's inside a golf ball, why, check the link up here. I'll link that video up. And we're getting up close to that 1,000 subscriber mark. We're I think on the upper half of the 800s. And I really appreciate you guys' interest. I appreciate you following along. And, you know, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, I'd appreciate it if you did. And that's kind of a motivational thing. So hopefully we'll be able to have something interesting for you. We're going to be working on airplane stuff. We're going to be working on tooling stuff. You'll see some CNC stuff. We're going to see some manual lathe and mill stuff. Got a video that's in editing now. Built a new downfeed nut for the little Atlas shaper, and I don't know that I've got the video on actually producing the nut itself. I don't know how that's going to come out. I took a cheap Acme tap and we've relieved that to get it to the proper size for the downfeed lead screw on the shaper, so they match pretty well. So I took that cheap tap and it was actually relieved on the Quorn tool and cutter grinder, so that'll probably be in both playlists. But it was a little interesting project in we're going to call it tool making, although basically all I was doing was relieving the tap. And the spoiler is I relieved the tap a little bit undersized, but it was such a piece of crap tap anyway that it didn't really matter. But anyway, we've got a downfeed nut for that. At some point in time I may go back. We'll see. I haven't had a chance to run the shaper again very much since I got that installed. Tolerances are a whole lot better than what it was. They're not perfect, so I may go back and build another nut for it. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on, what's coming up. As always, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch, and hope you found something useful. Thanks.